Hi everyone, thanks so much for being here. My name is Kai and I make houseplant videos here on Good and Planty. If you just happen to absolutely love this video, please consider liking it, commenting, subscribing, or following me on Instagram. All of these things help me grow my channel like a plant. Today we are talking about my winter favorites. These are plants that are making me super happy, feeling excited about plant care, and I just wanted to share them with all of you. But first, I want to give a super special thank you to today's sponsor, Sola WOOD flowers. Sola WOOD flowers is the original, largest, and most active Sola WOOD flower store, community, and school. And on top of that, it is woman-owned. If you don't know, Sola WOOD comes from a tapioca plant root and can be transformed into these gorgeous flowers. And so Sola WOOD sells these gorgeous flowers, and you can buy pre-made bouquets, centerpieces, and more, or you can opt for a craft kit like I did. I got the Be Happy wreath craft kit, but switched it up with some different greenery, also from Sola WOOD flowers, and kind of like made it my own. This was a completely new craft to me, and I found it to be so relaxing, and I personally found the final product to be gorgeous. Maybe I'm tooting my own horn. If you want to check out Sola WOOD flowers, I will have them linked down below in my description box. Huge thank you to them for sponsoring today's video, and now let's talk about my winter favorites. So the exciting thing is that I have some newer plants to talk about today. The first one is this asparagus fern. Oh my god, wait, my heater just turned on. Hold on. It's kind of like a mini Christmas tree in a way. It's not as obvious as like a Norfolk Island pine, but this definitely has some holiday elements to it that I like. And on top, look at this new baby coming in at the top. Are we kidding? It's so sweet and delicate and adorable. It fit perfectly in this little pot I found. This plant has been very flexible with lighting, water, and humidity. I'm probably going to learn more about it as I go, but for now she has been a lot easier than I was expecting and very, very adorable and kind of has like a holiday vibe. Okay, next up we have, what do I want to do next? I always feel such pressure. Next, let's talk about my philodendron painted lady. I have not featured her actually in quite some time, even though she's gone through some dramatic changes within my collection. I feel like I used to showcase her a lot more than I do now, and I will tell you why. It is because I propagated her here, and I hate the growing pattern of this. So you can see I made a cut here, and then she continued to grow out of this node here and has put out all of this new growth. And I think it's obviously amazing how plants will continue to grow despite propagations, but we can very clearly see how the leaf size is just completely different from here to here. And it's because of the cut. I don't like how wide, whatever. So as you can hear, I'm being very negative about this plant. And that's one of the reasons I haven't talked about this plant very much. But the reason I'm actually including it in my winter favorites, believe it or not, despite her horrible intro, is I've been just like, I don't know, appreciating the color of these leaves a lot more and how resilient plants are, and I've been trying to look at it from that angle. So before I would really hyperfixate on this growth pattern and how like gnarly it almost is, but I've been really trying to look at this plant as just a resilient one that pushes out growth. And I mean, how could I not like how beautiful the leaves are? This was a wish list plant for me for so long. I really need to reappreciate that more and not just like fixate on the parts of this plant that I don't like. I think it's so cool how much it has grown since being propagated. I might put in a moss pole eventually, just so that I do encourage larger growth and I can stop being a whiny baby about it. I feel like we're on the rise. We're gonna become best friends again, right? Yeah. Next. Okay, we have this plant, or no, we have the Peru, and this was given to me by my friend Jenna, so shout out to Jenna. And she gets really mad when I don't remember what their names were. And I can feel the tension of her watching this video and being upset that I don't remember this plant's name. I think it's like Kyle or Kylie or something, but whatever. Anyway, this is my favorite for a few reasons. One, I'm definitely a sentimental gal, so any newer plant, especially one given to me by a friend, is gonna just be a favorite for a minute. And on top of that, this is a very good Peru. These leaves are so luscious and large. It's like the size of my palm. This is a plant that I thought was very overrated for quite some time. They were super expensive for a while, especially during COVID. I just like never, I don't know, wanted to go out of my way to get this plant. But now that I have it, I can really understand how cool it is. And I think sometimes, I think that sometimes when plants are very overhyped and posted everywhere, they lose their magic a little bit. Like, I think it can go two ways. Either you start to become obsessed with this plant because it's everywhere, or it just loses its spark and you're like, oh, that's overrated, blah, blah, blah. And that's what happened with me with this plant. I was like, I don't understand why this plant is so expensive. It's like not all that. Now that the hype has died down and I can just look at it as like a plant and just enjoy the foliage and gorgeousness that this plant is, I am so thankful for it. The real like charm of this plant is definitely the texture of the leaves. It's very thick and kind of like waxy. It's a little like leathery. I don't know how to explain it. I just find it interesting how trends can really influence how you view a plant, for better or for worse. I've been trying to have more of like a isolated view on plants because I might miss out on really cool ones like the Peru. Next up, let's talk about a plant that I kind of don't talk about all that much on my channel. That is my Dracaena marginata, and this is absolutely a favorite. The others are kind of ones that I want to like acknowledge a little bit more, whatever. This plant, first of all, she is very easygoing. I used to think that these plants were a lot harder to take care of, and I definitely experienced a heavy amount of leaf loss towards the bottom. But looking back on it, it's just because I was like keeping this in my cubicle office with no windows and no real good watering methods. Of course, this plant needed a little bit of a rehab moment, but she is like so easy. I haven't watered most of my plants in like 2 weeks because I was traveling, and she is like one of the ones that just seem honestly completely unfazed. She is super flexible with lighting, and you can just do this with her, and it's amazing. I love her so much. I also think that Dracaena are going to be like, they already are a huge trend, and I expect to only see them grow more and more in 2023 in terms of popularity. I do think that this is in the running to become the new like fiddly fig, basically. I've seen so many pom-pommy Dracaenas. I definitely see a bright future for this plant, and I think it's well deserved because they are very easy to take care of. They grow very unique, and I think that they're just stunning. So I love her. All right, and last but not least, let's talk about another plant gifted to me by that same friend, and that is my Shangri-La pothos. This was on my wish list for so long, and my friend kept talking about giving me cuttings, but we just kept forgetting. And now she is finally here, and I am so excited. This is such a cool plant. Her name is Spinach. I do remember that, and it's because she looks like spinach, so that's a little joke there. I think this is a very good example of how this plant should grow. They come in very like wrinkly and closed. They don't open all of the way. Some of these older leaves have definitely opened. This one is on its way out because I didn't water them. So there you go. Those are 5 of my winter favorites in terms of houseplants. I hope you enjoyed today's video and learned a thing or two, or maybe added a plant to your wish list. Huge thank you to Sola WOOD Flowers for sponsoring today's video. Again, if you want to check them out, they will be linked down below in my description box. Please subscribe, like this video, comment down below, all that good stuff, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!